Hey everyone, and welcome back to another GTA Online in-depth guide. Today we have a pretty good one because we're going to be talking about the RC Bandito. We're going to go over everything you need to know about this vehicle. Some things are obvious, some things are not so obvious. So let's get right into it. The RC Bandito will cost you about $1.6 million. Pretty expensive, but I just want to say it is worth it. For customization, you can rig it with remote bombs, which are pretty expensive, but of course, this is the main weapon of the vehicle, so you're going to want to purchase this. There are several different lids you can put on it. You have a choice between EMP or kinetic mines, and you only get 3 of them. They look and behave a little differently than the traditional mines on the other Arena War vehicles, which we will go over a little later into the video. There are also many different liveries to choose from. I like how it looks stock personally, so I just left it how it was. And of course, you can change the color of both the body of the car and the suit color and helmet of the driver as well. I thought that was pretty cool. The jump upgrade starts out at 20% but can be upgraded to 100%, which is definitely worth it for jumping over obstacles and getting up curbs and stairs. Aside from that, you can change the wheels and put a window tint on it, which for my lid was useless because I didn't have any windows, so this upgrade is going to depend on what lid option you have. Once you own the RC Bandito, you can call it in through the inventory section of the interaction menu, and it takes your character off the map and off the radar the entire time you're using it. When you're driving it, you don't appear on the map to other players either, which makes this very powerful, especially when combined with what I'll show you in a second. When you exit the Bandito, you spawn in where you called it in at, not where the Bandito was when you exited, and there's also a 60-second cooldown before you're able to call it in again. However, if you want to spawn in where the Bandito is, all you have to do is go into the pause menu and start up a job that isn't very popular, like a parachuting job. And then after that, you want to back out and your character will spawn where your RC Bandito was on the map rather than where you called it in at. So you can use this to travel around off the radar if you want. And I want to thank one of my fans on Discord, Dr. Lightmare, for telling me about this trick because it is really helpful. In terms of armor, it is extremely good surprisingly, and it really makes no sense. If you're trying to blow this up, it will take 3 RPGs, 3 homing rockets, or 3 sticky bombs. And if you use the minigun, it will take you around 514 bullets to blow it up, although it's highly unlikely that you'll actually do this in game if you're getting attacked by it because it's so small and agile. Oh, and homing rockets can also lock onto you while you're using the Bandito. I forgot to mention that earlier, so you still have to watch out for Pressure Mark IIs. Even though they can't see you on the map, they can still get a lock on you. This car is really useful in PvP combat. It's miles better than the drones are. It's fast and has an unlimited range. The explosive timer is extremely short at only 2.5 seconds compared to the drones like 7 seconds I think it was. And it has mines. The only disadvantage the RC Bandito has is the noise that it makes. You're always going to hear this thing driving near you. If you have driven it yourself, you may have noticed that if you drive it slow, you can't hear the little motor it has on it. Unfortunately, other people will still hear it like you're going full speed. I tested it, so being stealthy isn't going to work in this vehicle. So with that in mind, the best way to take out other players with it is to drive by them and then drop a kinetic mine. Then when they get ragdolled by it, you want to make a quick 180 turn while starting up the detonation timer, and you'll blow them up right as they're getting up from getting hit by the mine you left. The RC Bandito can knock players over on its own by running into them, but it's very inconsistent, so I recommend just using the mines instead to knock them over before going in for the kill. And speaking of the mines, you can plant them on top of vehicles. As an example, in this clip I put them on a Hydra, and when I jumped off, they made the thing blow up into the air, so I'm pretty sure there could be some practical uses for this. Just imagine camping at the helipad waiting for people to spawn in their Hydras, and then you just put mines on them and run away. Yes, players can target you with the automatic targeting of the orbital cannon while driving the Bandito. However, they will not get the kill, but they will get a refund, and since most people use the glitch, they will leave right after they fire it, so the refund won't even matter. It's kind of like using the back of the Avenger or MOC to block an orbital cannon shot, however, it's less obvious because to anyone on the orbital cannon, it will look like you're on foot while driving the RC Bandito, compared to if you're in the back of an Avenger or an MOC and they zoom in on you with the orbital cannon, it's really obvious to tell what you're in. And even then I've countered many orbital cannon glitchers, so I think this is going to be a pretty reliable way to block the shot if you see it coming. Unfortunately, you can't use this while on free mode missions, which is really stupid in my opinion, and this is exactly what I said shouldn't have been the case in my other RC Bandito video. But at least unlike the ballistic equipment, this is mobile and useful in many other situations outside of missions. Something that I found funny while testing this is that you can call the Bandito in while you're falling from the sky. but you have to be falling with no parachute to be able to do it, and it's funny because, like you're seeing in the gameplay, you can wait until you're about to hit the ground to call it in, and your character will just splat on the ground, but since you despawn, it doesn't actually kill you. Another thing that happened to me while testing for this video was that I had access to my interaction menu while using the Bandito, so I could do things like start up an organization, spawn in things like vehicles, start up missions, all while I was driving it. You're not normally allowed to do that, and I still haven't found a way to recreate having access to it aside from that one odd time, so I assume that it's just a bug. But I am going to try to figure out the way to do it because this would be really useful if there was an actual trigger for it. Anyways, that is everything that you guys need to know about the RC Bandito. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more guide and PvP related content. If you have anything to share about the car that I didn't mention in this video, feel free to comment it down below, and as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.